I've briefly covered rising star Richard Torrez Jr. a number of times previously, but I wanted to give him a deeper look this time around because he takes on his most dangerous opponent this coming Saturday the 5th of April at the Palms Casino Resort, Las Vegas. For Aussie fight fans, keep an eye out for Dana Coolwell, who will be on the undercard. After his gutsy performance against Shushu Carrington late last year and winning over the American fans despite losing the fight, he returns to take on unbeaten Albert Gonzalez in 8 rounds of featherweight action. With regards to the main event, I will have to tread lightly when using any footage of the fighters because both fighters are promoted by Top Rank, and Top Rank are a little precious, bless their hearts, and they get a big chubby from claiming copyright of any footage of their fighters on YouTube.
Lighten up, Francis.
You know, I'm helping promote your fighters and the events for no fee, and the footage that I use is heavily edited for analysis. There is a lot to like about Richard Torrez, the amateur standout who won a super heavyweight silver medal at the Tokyo Olympics in 2021. As a pro, he will make his 13th appearance after already blasting through 12 of his previous opponents. The only fighter to not be stopped by Torrez was Joey DeVecco a couple of fights ago, but he was disqualified for continuously spitting out his mouth guard. DeVecco claimed after the fight that it was unintentional, but
nobody believes that here.
I think it's a load of poppycock. I think DeVecco was looking for a respite from the constant aggression from the explosive, hard-hitting and relentless Richard Torrez. The ref had seen enough and DQ'd Joey. Torrez has a lot going for him, both in the ring and outside. The southpaw is athletic, agile, fast, a talented boxer/puncher who turns the screws up on his opponents as the fight progresses and knows how to go for the kill when he sees his rival buckling under the pressure. Outside the ring, Torrez is very marketable. Go to his social media pages and you'll find a charismatic, humble and funny young man that carries himself well in interviews and amongst fans. Also, Torrez rocks the 70s porn moustache, which makes him a double winner in my books. It's no Tom Selleck soup strainer, but the 25-year-old from Tulare is doing his part in bringing back the stash. Fellas and some Greek women, are you doing your part? Top Rank is keeping Richard busy, and he has had 4 fights a year since turning pro in 2022, in large part because he's stopping everyone too early. This will be Richard's first fight for 2025, and his opponent will be a dangerous one. Guido the Gladiator Vianello will prove to be a great litmus test for Torrez Jr. should the Californian prove successful on the night against the giant Italian. But what's so special about Vianello? Well, not much if we're being honest, and his resume and record doesn't tell the tale of a heavyweight on a head-on collision course for a major title against current champions Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois, even though the Italian is ranked in the top 15 of 3 of the major alphabet sanctioning bodies. Remember, however, that a record doesn't always tell the full story. In his last fight, Vianello handed Arslanbek Makhmudov his second career defeat. I know, Makhmudov is a limited fighter and no longer the big, powerful boogeyman after suffering his first defeat at the hands of the current WBC interim champ, Agit Kabayel. Personally, I think it was a great scalp for Vianello in his 16th pro bout, and you have to consider also that Vianello was coming off a loss to another devastating, big punching, big man, Efeg Jugba. Mind you, Vianello had a Jugba in all sorts early in their fight before ultimately losing by split decision. So this should serve as a massive warning to Torrez that he might be the slight favourite going into this bout, but the long levers and power of Vianello fighting out of the orthodox stance can touch you without having to be up close and personal. If Torrez is not careful when coming in, he could be met with Vianello's vicious right hand, either up and through the middle or over the top. If it lands on Richard too many times, he might end up looking like Mr. Lumpy, the way Makhmudov looked after facing Guido, or end up on spaghetti legs like another previous Vianello opponent, Moses Johnson, before he was stopped. Fortunately for Torrez, Guido is inconsistent in his performances, and the last time he faced a southpaw, the switch-hitting Kingsley eBay, Guido struggled in the fight, a fight that ended in a majority decision draw. I think Richard's movement and output will be too much for Guido. Richard will come in slightly crouched and at angles, and his work rate and explosiveness will be a handful for the Italian, in my opinion. Guido is no slouch, and he will turn with Richard when he tries to angle in, and he'll do his best to keep Richard in front of him, and preferably in a range that works for him and his long reach. But eventually he will tire, and I think Richard will stop him. Guido has never been knocked down and out. He has a TKO loss on his record, but that was from an eye injury, which was ruled too serious for him to continue the fight. In this fight, however, I think Torrez delivers Vianello his first ever stoppage loss. I have Richard Torrez winning by stoppage somewhere in round 7 to 9. I see a potentially bright future for Torrez, and when you compare him with another top-ranked fighter whose star was also bright as a prospect, but now a starlight that has significantly dimmed, troubled heavyweight Jared Anderson, I would bet that Torrez goes on to leave a far more impressive legacy than his contemporary. Where Anderson has openly stated that he wants to earn money and get out of boxing, and where he has looked the uninspired and uninterested fighter in the ring, Torrez, on the other hand, displays a drive and ambition to achieve great things. Very positive energy. We could see Torrez as the flagship heavyweight fighter for Top Rank. Of course, Richard has to get past Guido first, and I think he will. That's my pick. Thanks for watching. Let me ask you, do you want to be in the moment and not just capture the moment? Well, let XbotGo's AI sports cameraman empower your smartphone. The industrial-grade computer vision algorithms and tracking system intuitively identifies the focal point on the field, let's say a ball or a player, and autonomously tracks it with smooth and professional zooms and pans. Next time little Timmy is on the soccer pitch or Julie is at gymnastics, you can watch on knowing the XbotGo will capture the action with accuracy as you watch on and cheer for your loved one. Using Follow Me 2.0, XbotGo applies re-identification technology to identify and lock onto athletes by appearance, body shape, and jersey number. It's great for sports like soccer, basketball, hockey, football, rugby, lacrosse, and so much more. Activate Follow Me and record yourself as you train, then watch it back for some analysis. You can even live stream, and the XbotGo app allows you to edit your content as you go, with up to 20 gigabytes of storage. XbotGo is the only one consumption-grade AI product that can realize team sports tracking and recording with such precision and professionalism. Don't just record the moment, be in the moment. Act now, click the referral link in the description section below. By doing so, you can also take advantage of an exclusive discount. Don't forget to also check out XbotGo's official website for more information on their products, accessories, and the latest XbotGo news and updates. Thank you for watching Pound for Pound TV. Please remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell for future updates. See you in the next one.